John Galorowski, Cribs Edition camp. He doesn't like to be too uncomfortable, so here's the So we got a 10 by 12 tent, and we are edge to edge with mattresses and headboards. Yeah! So we just had a great orientation from RV about what to expect and what's up and coming for the next week. He's going to meet with us here one-on-one in a second and give us our spot for tomorrow, so we can go out and get it done in an hour and a half.
Yeah, at least. At least then, you know, out here right now we're pushing 60s in the sun.
It's hot.
The morning it was cold. We were in 28 degrees. Now there's elevation sickness. Got inhalers, oxygen.
I think this setup is perfect for what we're looking for. You know, it's DIY with a little bit of coaching, point in the right direction. Here's some good tips of what to do and what not to do. We both came out with brand new cow calls, and he said, "Put them away."
Right. Got to make elk bark. That's what we need to work on.
Yeah, I got to work on the bark.
It's going to be interesting.
If you put that earth scent, it don't take much when you leave your vehicle. Put that earth scent on you with that pine sock tied to your day bag.
Yeah.
You will help lace the body odor of the human, because they smell human scent all the time. But if they just smell just straight human scent and they hear a little noise, they're going to move away. But if they smell a little human scent and they smell pine and they smell mud, and you're not doing the elongated crunch, 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 crunch sound, and you're slapping a few limbs, what do they think? Nobody with knee problem. High blood pressure? No high blood pressure. And y'all can just about go everywhere, even though you come from sea level, if you take your time.
I was gonna say, if I take my time, we'll see what the elevation does.
Yeah, we're not sure yet. But
I mean, on some of our moose hunts, we'll walk 6-7 miles a day.
Oh, no. All my 67 spots, all but 3, is a mile and under.
I like it.
Still don't have anyone in Warren's Loop or the Chicken Foot. You could break up a couple of groups in either of those places, couldn't you?
Y'all heard me tell the story about the woman that didn't deserve the 409. I didn't show y'all the picture.
we remember,
I
yeah.
didn't show y'all the picture. Did you show them the picture? Did it? Okay. You got something to look forward to. I have a couple of guys that I pig hunt with down in Texas, and I really wanted to see them kill a big bull. Well, I knew where they should have been able to get this bull. Now, he brought along his friend. Now, his friend, not making fun of your size. You're too big to be fighting with me. But
I'm a gentle guy.
this guy was about the same size as you.
Yeah.
So when I see a guy like you, I say, I don't want to walk him too far. He's going to wear out. He's going to get tired. 5 days here above sea level. We're 1.5 miles above sea level.
Right.
So I immediately, you look in very good shape. You look very healthy. I think you could go everywhere. But I don't think you can go everywhere every day for 5 days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Gonna wear you down. of it is, none of us is hunting because we have to.
Yeah.
The wild meat that is organic, no growth hormones, no antibiotics, no chemicals, all of this is a bonus when you take one. But we're doing it to make memories. I paid $90,000 one time to take my whole group in on a jetpack float plane into a remote place just under Hudson Bay. We stayed in there 3 weeks. 90,000 bucks. I didn't even kill a moose.
Yeah, well, that's, expectations.
Am I disappointed? No. No. We had a fantastic time. We were so far north that they got 2 foot of snow and they had to get their float planes out of the water to keep them from flipping. They wanted me to call once a week on the satellite phone. And he's all concerned, Gene is all concerned. And he says, Harvey, it may be another week before we can get you. We've got 40 guys out in remote areas that they flew them in. They said, we've got to get out before y'all. I figure you're the most knowledgeable of all the hunters we've got out right now. Are you going to be okay? And I started laughing. And he says, that's what I thought you would say.
With the high plains drift in, and it's a DIY hunt. So we basically booked with this guy, gives us lodging and meals, and gives us some advice and some locations, and sends us on our way. So it's kind of what we were looking for. We wanted a little bit of DIY, but having the local knowledge, 50-year knowledge from RV has been, hopefully will be beneficial. But he pointed us in a direction. We're heading in there right now. I think it's called Warren's Loop or Wade's Loop or something. So he said about a 45-minute drive to go in. So we're on our way in right now. It's opening morning, 7 o'clock. Go find some elk.
This is pretty crazy when we get up in here. I mean, we drove an hour and a half on these back roads, and all in these fields, there's just hunters lined up. And they're all sitting by the trucks too. I think they're watching these meadows, but we're all driving by trying to get to our spots. 4-wheelers went by. I don't know. First impression, I didn't think it would, be like that. Maybe they'll just walk out and you shoot them right as they run across these fields. We're kind of using these other hunters to our advantage from a spot that RV was telling us about with some of these ravines that being able to go hike. We're going to go down and try to set up with them and try to hope these other hunters just go busting them around or pushing them out of some of this timber towards us down into some of these trails. So we're gonna go set up and see what we can make happen.
First impressions are this is gigantic country. It's driving out here, it's pretty humongous, but gorgeous. Took us about an hour and a half to get to our spot this morning, and roads are pretty rough coming in. Some of them wouldn't call roads, but we made it down through here. And every knoll that we came over, it was another hunter vehicle, a camper, a side-by-side. So the area was pretty peppered once we got up in here, but finding a lot of sign in here. I think some of it's deer sign, some of it's elk sign, a lot of rubs, which at this point are kind of old, but it's nice to see the sign. We've seen some tracks in the snow that are a little bit old. Looking forward to seeing what the rest of the hunt brings. Some guy just walked out of the woods right across from me, about 250 yards. I don't know if he knows I'm sitting here or not, but that's what this spot has been like all day. Orange everywhere. Another vehicle way down past where we parked our trucks. I wasn't there an hour ago. I'm going to try to embrace the idea of these other hunters are in here pushing the elk out, and I'm going to see them. So I'm going to sit still and see what happens, but I don't know what this guy's doing. He's disappeared behind the trees. Keep an eye on him.
Oh, hey. Hi, good morning. Good morning. It's day 2 of the hunt. We're out here heading to our spot way up in the back that we got sent by RV. So yesterday in our group, there was one bull elk that had run between us out in the opening, but no shot opportunities. We've seen a lot of pronghorn and mule deer, but the hunting pressure.
Their first truck.
The hunting pressure that was out here was very interesting. Haven't seen anything like that, because in these vast fields that you can see around us, like in there, you can just see for miles, and there's people everywhere in spots that back home, if this were in Maine for moose hunting, you would just leave. But this is how they do it out there, and we're kind of, as we're told, we're depending on these people to kind of push the elk around, so they come to us. As most of my adventures go, I see a mountain and I always wonder, maybe just that other side, how does that look? So here I am. We came up with a game plan where sending those guys down that way. Eric's gonna set up on the hill, and they're gonna kind of get set up. They drop me off a mile or so to this mountain, which now I'm going to why the f I was gonna climb this, go up there, kind of walk the middle. I can't shoot long distances, maybe 200 yards, so I said I'll go in the brush and hope for the best, while the morning they said could bust these things out where they are bedded up there. So shit. Alright, and this is at 10,100 feet. So, climb the hill, and I need to catch my breath before we get walking. This is just wild.
Well, it's night 2. I was going to sit here for a couple hours, got this awesome spot to look over this kind of hidden meadow, and you can see through these aspens a long ways. I mean, I can see a couple hundred yards through here. Down to my left there's a wallow that we found, and it looks like it's getting pretty heavily used. Not real, didn't look like, maybe the last couple of days it's not all murky, but looks like it gets hammered pretty good. So we sit here for the night. Wind is perfect coming up over the hill. Hopefully it stays that way. Got this nice pine tree, to whatever kind of tree this is, to sit against. There's a game trail that looks like it comes down behind me. So I'll keep an eye on that and listen for that. And Hope we get something tonight.
We think they're pushing down there, so the same trucks are lined up quite a ways back where the road gets rough. There's 3 trucks lined up.
On this side?
Yeah, back quite a ways.
Okay.
So they'll probably move up as the day goes along.
Because there's still quite a few people on this side that were all heading up in.
You haven't seen any other trucks go up in here?
Just that one. Yeah, so unless people were here, even well before us, we didn't see anybody even coming in there, even on the straight stretch. You can see all the way up in here, we haven't seen anybody.
So we decided we're going to pick our fields early and sit for quite a while. So.
Although we don't think there's the pressure today.
No, I mean, even traffic coming in is...
They're driving, I think you told them that. They're driving that bottom.
I did.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go up around the corner. Either go down this draw or that other draw, depends on where that guy went. Go behind that, maybe this. Wind up in here somewhere.
All right, because then I think...
Here it is Monday. I believe it's day 3. Days are already starting to blur into each other. Because it's the mountains maybe, I don't know. But we plan on going down to this ravine. It drops down into some dark timber, which we're told is where they're hiding. Because you watch these fields in the morning, the elk are out feeding. We got the other members of our party that while we're going down there, they're going to set up on the other side of this mountain and go. The mountain in the back. So the ravine. Gotta go down. Got a mountain cliff. Maximum effort.
Settled in for the afternoon of day 3. It's about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Got a couple hours to sit. We've all kind of set up on a meadow. They call parks, I guess. Different lingo. But we call them kind of a meadow, full of this, what we all thought was kind of a hay, dead grass, but I guess it's what the elk feed on. It's full of nutrition. John just went over the knoll from me, and I'm looking up a hill. Wind's whipping pretty good. We chased sounded like a bull raking a tree this morning, and never did catch up with him, but it put us way down in a hole, so we just spent the last hour climbing elevation for about 9,900 feet. It's about 10,300 feet. Beautiful hike, but it was uphill. So it's been a good day. Still haven't seen an elk yet. Tonight's the night. Coming into this trip, we heard a lot of talk about elevation sickness, and so far so good. I've been feeling pretty good. Lack of oxygen is definitely a thing. Did some good working out before we headed out for this trip, just to try and get ready. And I'm glad I did, because with definitely feeling the lack of oxygen. Get winded quickly. Recovery isn't too bad. Catch my breath pretty quick, but boy, does it go away quick. So, if you're ever looking to come out to Colorado, strengthen your lungs up, because if you plan on doing any kind of hiking, you need to be ready for it.
No, day 5. It's day 5. And we stayed in camp day 4 yesterday because the weather was calling for junk. And we wanted to make sure our tent survived so we could stay in a couple more days. So we stayed in, did a little touristy stuff in Alamosa. Checked out the trading post that's owned by RV. And then yesterday, after we got back from town, the weather really got nasty in the tent. So we stayed in the tent, and we held it down. John and I each grabbed a corner post, and we held on for dear life. So,
Literally, not figuratively.
we really held on to it. Literally for probably half an hour, 45 minutes. The two of us stood there and held poles just to make sure it didn't go anywhere or break. But it did awesome. We had it tied to the truck so it wouldn't blow away. So we knew it wasn't going anywhere, just whether the poles and the canvas could hold up to the wind and the rain was the question. But it did good. And we also figured out that there's 2 vents on the tops peaks of the tent. And if you cover them with duct tape, you get a really nice warm tent in the middle of the night. Huge difference. So we're figuring this tent thing out. It's almost over, trip's almost over, but we've got it figured out now. So we're heading in right now, day 5.
As you can see, there's a bunch of snow. Cut a bunch of mule tracks. And just trying to take it easy. Look into these cuts. In the dark timber, but trying to follow this trail, take it easy, bunch of blowdowns. I love tracking, but Jesus, tracking in the mountains, they'll go straight up a side. So we'll see what's gonna happen. Try to take our time.
Been following the tracks for, well, it's noontime now. We started up 8 this morning maybe. We found a couple sets of tracks meandering through the woods, but been following. We'll stop and grab some lunch right now, but don't know what we do for the afternoon. I think those tracks have followed our cow and calf, but what do I know? I'm on this big meadow right now. Don't know where I'm going from here, so I'll sit and have some food and figure it out.
So, I've just walked about 3 miles to get around this mountain. Just take my time, go down the trails, try to cut a track. Pretty sure the tracks I cut earlier were a wolf or a big coyote. Now I'm kind of watching it clearing. I still haven't cut a elk track yet, which hopefully that means they're where I'm going. I was hoping to get onto one by now and just be stalking it, but here we go.
I just jumped my cow and a calf out of their bed about 20 minutes after the last video. Decided to get back on the tracks and see if I could see where they'd take me. It wasn't 15 minutes in, and it was got a little flick of movement, and there was a cow I could see from her neck up looking at me. Put the crosshairs up, make sure there wasn't any antlers on it, and then she stood up and took off, and the little one took off right behind her. So heading off a different direction now that I know what those tracks were. Go see if I can find some antlers. But finally, on it's the 4th day in the woods, but it's day 5. Finally I saw elk. They do exist. Tracking them in the snow, just like back home.
Oh, that kind of sucks. I had to bail on that track. Instead of going around this mountain or up, he decided to go down. The next closest road after I go down is a few miles away, or I go 2,000 feet up a mountain. So I gave up and I'm gonna go around the mountain. Hopefully catch a track. Lasts 3 hours. Oh my God, okay. I just got a big elk. I'm just beyond excited. Exhausted. I'm emotional. Oh, God, Eric, Tom, Dave, Jake. Jesus, you guys, I'm so sorry where I shot this. This is out here. All right, let's go up and see this thing. Oh my God, the blood trails, not hard to find. I don't think I got any antler shrinkage on this one.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a big animal. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he's got no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 by 5. Oh. All right. Shit. I got no place to put the camera. Get the bag. Oh, that's big. Maximum effort. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is just me. Take 2. This is just amazing. Oh my God. Oh. I don't know if this is the one to jump track, but look at this. All right. Oh wait. How the f do I? Yeah. Here, I was gonna gut it. But let's start recording. We got this side first, then roll it over and get the other side. Oh, god damn. I'm not gonna keep the cape, so we'll just do a Euro mount. Let's try to... Oh. So we gotta go hike all the way right up in there is where he is. That's gonna be a hike, so hopefully we get around that cliff somewhere. Thank you, Eric.
If we check the map, the elk isn't too far away, but this is like a 45-degree angle. Climb up, and then we have to come back down. Probably do it one more time. So we're just trying to find the best route. It's not too thick in here, but it's steep.
We finally made it up this hill. Got to the quarter
Wait. You say hill?
mountain.
Cliff?
The hill sounds smaller. Mother Nature taketh and give it away. All right,
Do it.
let's make that descent. Am I going the right way?